Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about. I have a channel update, and so this is specific to my channel and what it takes to create content for my channel. If you're not a channel creator, you don't have to watch this. In fact, if you're here for my D&D content, I really encourage you to skip this video. You'll get another video literally in an hour or two. Like, so I don't feel too guilty doing these every now and then, because I think I make more content than literally any other D&D channel on. I make more videos than any other D&D commentator. I think that's pretty true. And if you think I'm wrong, point me to their channel, because I'd love to see it. I don't think anybody does more content than I do on Dungeons and Dragons, right? Very, yeah. So let's get into this. I want to talk today about engagement farming. All right. So I love language. I love language so much, right? And recently, a few people have come on, and I think they're actually, one of the things I think is really interesting is there is now commentary on commentary, and I think just like there are comedian, actually, comedy has comedy fans now. Just people who are like hyper aware of the history of comedy, and like literally like this person's career would not have been possible without this person's career. And I think there's a lot of people discussing D&D commentary, and I think there's a lot of people discussing my content. I don't have to say I think. I know it for a fact. I think it's deeper than a lot of people expect, right? It's like, there's absolutely a robust conversation happening on YouTube itself, but I think Discord and a lot of other areas, there's conversations happening about D&D commentary increasingly. So one of the terms I recently saw, 2 or 3 different commenters were, Scott, I suspect you're engagement farming, that you're farming engagement. Let me be hyper clear. I 100% am farming engagement. That is literally the entire point of this entire channel, is to get engagement. And you're like, I think you're farming it. You think that's, and the thing is, you using that term, engagement farming, think that's an insult. It is not. Farmers are the most noble people in America, right? They are the best of the best, right? And honestly, they used to be maybe beaten by police or fire department, right? But forget that now. Farmers are the most noble Americans, right? So you want to call me a farmer, I'm here for it, right? No problem. Yes, I am doing the work, right, to farm engagement. So let's talk about farming engagement, right? So it's incredible. We've reached a point where language is so complex, and our understandings and what we think is so diverged, that people think insults, they use terms that are compliments that they think are insults. This happened a while ago with try hard. They're like, oh, you're a try hard. Like, dude, you think you're insulting me? Right? You're a slacker, right? Yes, I am trying extremely hard to accomplish what I am aiming for. Excuse me. Spring is here. All right. So yes, I am 100% farming for engagement. Every single video I make, I want engagement, right? I want you to listen to it. I want you to process it in your brain. I want you to process it in your heart. I want you to process it in your soul. I am trying to reach you intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually, right? Yes, I am 100% looking for engagement. And you are right. I am tilling the soil. I am planting seeds because I have a message. That message is that Dungeons and Dragons can be played for purpose, and that fun needs to die. Dungeons and Dragons' anchor is fun. It keeps it near the shore, not moving, just bobbing on the waves. And I want to cut the chain, right? I absolutely want engagement with my message. So how do I do that, right? The way I farm for engagement, the biggest way, and people do not understand this. They're like, "Oh, Scott, you got another hot take." You know what hot take is? This is it. We need to get the language clear. Hot take is a word used by incredibly unimaginative, lazy intellectuals to say, "Oh my gosh, your take is unique. I have a hyper unique take," right? And that's all you hear on my channel. And guess what? I am the future of content. I am the future of content, right? I refuse to give you any opinion I have that has already been said by the mass of D&D commentary. I have tons of them. I'd agree with many, many, many points that the majority of D&D commentators talk about. I absolutely never waste your time with it. I farm them out. I pull those videos out like weeds. And the only thing you hear from me is my opinions that you will hear nowhere else. Now, I am incredibly fortunate. I do know that most people do not think the way I think, right? I do have a truly unique thought process. And so I'm fortunate to have an unending number of ideas, but I do farm. I labor. I literally have thousands of ideas for videos that I keep in a special place, right? I keep it's physical. I actually write down in notebooks, but I also use a specific social media site to organize my thoughts, right? And I work extremely hard to not bring content that you have heard elsewhere. And then that means that everything here, no one else is saying, right? And you're like, wait a second, if you're saying things that no one else is saying, right? That's frightening. It's terribly frightening to a bunch of people. And they get upset, they get aggressive, they get insulting, they get ad hominem, right? But I want to make it hyper clear. I am absolutely farming engagement. I make $0 on this channel. I've never made a single dime on this channel, right? I absolutely want your engagement, and I am hoeing the ground. I am loading in, I am bringing in soil that is rich and verdant. I am planting seeds. I am watering the seeds. I am absolutely farming engagement. And here's the end of it. If you think that engagement farmer is an insult, you a slacker. I'm a try hard. Next. Thank you very much for letting me give you my very humble opinion on that. Please consider liking and subscribing and engaging, right? And have a fetch millennium.